All right, everyone, we're going to begin lying down on our backs this morning and have your knees bent with your feet flat on the mat. And your arms can be placed wherever is most comfortable for you. If you want to have them by your sides or kind of open, or even hands connected to your body. And with your feet on the ground, apply just a little bit of pressure into your feet, just a little bit. So you feel a nice, stable grounding through your low back, small curve of your low spine. And then take a really full breath into your belly so that whole space between your navel and your spines begins to widen. And then as you exhale, your navel and your spine actually grow closer together. Just play with that a few times, just feeling how expansive you can become. You even feel that widen across like your side waist. And then as you exhale, how much can you release? Maybe a little more than you did the previous exhale. Kind of bringing that distance between navel and spine a little closer, a little closer. Really relax your tongue. Heavy cheek. And that space right where your jaw meets your ear, let that soften as well. Almost like your jaw were falling towards the back of your head. And now with that soft jaw, soft throat, maybe you can find just a little more space on your next inhale. Let it expand all the way to your pubic bone, your sit bones, your tailbone. Many of us are in at least one, if not multiple forms of transition and transformation in our lives, whether it's individually or collectively, globally. And there's this looking outward, looking forward. Okay, how do we move forward? What's coming? And being aware of our surroundings. There's a big alertness of our nervous system to the world right now. And what happens when we are in that state is that we can tend to forget about our back body. And our back body actually is like these secret backdoor portals to all of our energy centers. So the 7 chakras that run along the spine, and there's other ones as well. We'll be mainly focusing on the spine, the tissues that hug your back. So if you could imagine like the bowl of your pelvis and your deep belly, like this big, beautiful ocean of life. And your spine is like this river that pours and carries wisdom and nutrients into that vast ocean. And then along the sides of your spine are all of these tissues. This is the landscape that hugs your spine. So you can think of these like the river banks of the river. And so from this really big, luscious, beautiful belly space, feel the current of your breath flowing through your river spine, flowing up and down your river spine. And from there, it kind of reaches out, it expands out into that surrounding landscape, those river banks, those tissues that hug your spine, and it neutralizes all of those tissues. Take another full breath just like that. Kind of seeing, feeling, imagining that river spine. And then with your arms down by your sides, feet pressing firmly, even a little more firm now into the ground. And just slowly start to lift your hips just a couple inches until you come to about your back ribs. You feel them really rooting down on the ground. So you're not even really in a full bridge pose yet. And then breathe a lot into the point of your back that contacts the ground right now. And feel this deep rooting, so you're still pressing firmly into your feet. In fact, spread your toes. Really root into your big toe mound, your inner arch, inner heel. Just gently drag your heels almost like towards your shoulders, towards your shoulder blades. And now lengthening your tailbone towards your heels, towards the back or front edge of your mat. Now start to lift your hips a little bit more so you come to that upper back space just between your shoulder blades. Relax your buttock muscles. There's not a whole lot of tensing and tightening here. We're just breathing now into those tissues and that landscape down into the ground. Good, and now floating your arms straight up towards the sky, palms facing one another. And kind of reach, let your shoulders kind of round forward towards the sky. And then exhale, relax them down. And then sweeping your arms overhead. You can start to feel you're coming into now your upper spine. Breathe into those tissues that are contacting the ground. You still might not be in like your highest bridge pose, but we're really rooted through the back body, breathing into the ground. One more breath. And now slowly starting to come back down, and you can use your arms to support this as they sweep back up to the sky, kind of massaging almost. As you press those tissues that connect shoulder blades and the spine, you're pressing them into the ground. And then it comes towards your mid-spine and you're rooting, massaging, arms slowly coming by your sides as you return your low spine down onto the mat. Okay, so we're going to go through those same motions, just one breath, one movement now. So inhale, rooting down, slowly rolling your hips up, arms up and overhead. And then exhale, massaging your spine down as arms release by your side. So just do that a few more times, moving with your breath. Breathing right into the tissues that contact the ground. Feeling the relationship of your feet on the earth. The spaciousness of that oceanic pelvic region that allows for this free flow current of breath through your river spine. And the next time your hips lift and you arrive in your bridge pose, stay lifted, just bring your arms back down by your sides. Okay, palms flat on the mat, start to walk your shoulder blades together underneath. You might interlace your fingers beneath your sacrum and root through the pinky side edges of your hands. Okay, and then everyone, lift your toes off of the mat, spreading them. And really feel your big toe mound, your pinky toe mound rooting down. Feel this healthy lifting of your arch. And then can you maintain all of that connection as you slowly set your toes back down on the mat? And then breathe, lengthening tailbone towards the backs of your knees now. So your low spine gets even longer. And then really fill your back ribs with breath so that the tissues between each breath are becoming wider. The tissues between your ribs and your spine are becoming wider. Send breath all the way to the back of your heart, the back of your neck. And then releasing your hands if you're holding them, walking shoulder blades apart. And now before you even start to roll down, kind of lift your heels off of the ground. Keep lengthening your tailbone forward, and then massage again your spine. Slowly back down onto the mat. And then relax your heels down. Just take a breath through your spine. You might even take an open mouth exhale. Just notice the energy or sensations in your thighs, your spine, your neck. And then draw your right knee into your chest, and then your left knee into your chest. Flexing your feet, one hand on each knee or shin. Breathe your belly into your thighs. Receive your thighs into your belly. As if your thighs could descend beyond your belly, ground into your back tissue. And then opening your arms out to a T, palms face down. Drop your knees over to the left side. A spacious belly breath between navel and spine. And emphasizing your breath widening through the tissues of your low back. So much so that it naturally allows this expanding forward through your front belly. So finding the deep rooting, right? So any moving forward actually happens from being so open in your roots. So grounded in the back. And then lifting your knees back up center. Nice and easy, going over to the other side. Expand into your back tissue. Which creates a natural opening for your front. And then just continue to roll over onto your right side. Gently press yourself all the way up. Turning forwards, come into a tabletop position. Wrists under shoulders, knees under your hips. Spreading your palms nice and wide. And just for a moment here, before you even start to move, close your eyes. And just feel this current of your breath lengthening you back through your tailbone, lengthening you forward through your sternum, and those tissues that run along the sides of your spine, even the back of your neck is lengthening forward. And now inhale, cow spine, heart forward, maintaining this lengthening in opposite directions. Tailbone back and up. And then exhale, float around through your calves. Feel the broadening through your back. Inhale, heart lengthens forward, tailbone lengthens back and up. And then exhale, let your tailbone round, let your head round or drop. Couple more. Not rushing, just the way that a wild river, it doesn't rush. It has its own natural rhythm. You're allowing the wild river of your spine to guide you into your own rhythm, into your own flow this morning. And then refinding a neutral spine. Inhale, sweep your right arm open to the sky and feel your back right ribs kind of tuck in towards your spine, your back right shoulder blade kind of tuck into your spine. Take another breath here into your spine so much it opens you through your front shoulder, and then exhale, thread your arm underneath, coming down onto the side of your shoulder, and kind of wiggle your fingertips out towards the left side a little bit more, so kind of come to the outer shoulder. And now, again, breathing, especially into your back right ribs and those tissues that connect ribs to spine. Good. And then inhale, rising up, using your bottom hand as support as you rise. Sweep your right arm open to the sky once more. See if you can find a little more opening this time. And then exhale, close your hands down. Inhale, cow spine, thinking of the lengthening. So rather than thinking of like the back bending, shortening your spine, think of lengthening. Tailbone back and up. Good, and then exhale, round, round, round. Good. And then finding a neutral spine. Left arm sweeps to the side. Find that plugging of back ribs, back shoulder blades into spine. Breathe into that connection so that it opens you through your front shoulder, collarbones, and then exhale for that. Walk your fingertips out towards the right a little more. And then find your breath. Breathing into the river banks of your spine. Each inhale, perhaps finding a little more expansion than the last time. Each exhale, finding a little more release, softening. Use your right hand, rooting down. Rising up, left arm sweeps open again. Maybe you can open just that little bit more. And then exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, heart forward, cow spine, lengthen. Exhale, round, root, and lift your knees and shins off the mat, 3 inches. Really drop your head, drop the sides of your neck, heavy cheeks, heavy lips. And now root, like you could push the floor away from your chest, feel your heart lift up into the space between shoulder blades. Breathe here. One more inhale. Exhale, setting knees and shins down. Inhale, heart forward, tailbone back. Exhale, round, press, lift, 3 inches. Sitting hips, knees down. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, rounded. One more. Now keep rooting, keep lifting, and then tuck your right toes, tuck your left toes. Keep lifting up and back, downward, facing dog. Use fingertips, rooting into the earth. To lift more, breathe more through the side, shoulders, and rims. That landscape of your spine. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Just keep your toes pointing down, hip pointing down. Don't worry about the height, just think of lengthening back. Another breath in. Exhale, shoulders over your wrist. Pull your knee into your chest. Inhale, 3-leg dog. Reach even further back, even longer. Exhale, round, even knee to nose. Soften your cheeks. One more, just like that. Exhale, coming forward and step your foot through between your hands. Drop your back knee down and kind of wiggle it back as you do so you're super spacious from your hip to your knee. And then root into your front heel. Drag it towards the back short end of your mat. Feel the same thing happening with your right hip. Just dragging back. And then root down, rise up to a low lunge. You kind of lift up out of your pelvis a little bit. Breathe your back ribs now, off of your waist. Turn your palms up, sweep your arms around. Bringing your hands onto your sacrum, fingertips pointing down. Roll your shoulder head open. Use the heel of your hand to actually slide your tailbone, lengthening down, almost towards the back of your back knee. And then root into front heel. Breathe, lifting up. It's all rising from that deep oceanic pelvic region up through your spine, through your heart. One more breath, just like this. Exhale, soften your shoulders. Just let your hands slide down, find the earth. Twist open to the right side. Keep hugging your outer right hip in towards your midline. And now breathe a lot into your back ribs. Good, close your hand down. Now tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, spin back, heel down. Skandasana, so both hands come inside of your right foot. Point your front toes to about that top left corner of your mat. Hands are right under your shoulders, chest facing the left wall. Sink your hips way back, like you could touch the wall behind your butt. Breathe through your spine. Now shift, nice and slow, bend into your left knee. You gotta turn those left toes slightly out as you do so. More weight sinking back through your hips as you breathe, your spine lengthening forward. Good, walking hands through center, bending into your right knee. Turn towards the front of your mat. Step back to plank pose. Sternum forward, tailbone back. Find that opposite line of lengthening in both directions. Another breath. Now push the floor away. Feel heart lift up into shoulder blades. And then lift your belly, your hips. Press your thighs back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward. A full breath through your spine. Open mouth. Left leg rises. Inhale. Pausing here. Get a little bit longer. More lifted. Inhale. On your exhale, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, get even longer this time. Good. Open through your back body as you round. And then lengthen one more time. Step through between your hands. Back knee down, wiggle it back a little bit. Good, root into front heel, drag it back. Slowly relax. Inner thighs are gently hugging in so that you can breathe up longer through your spine. Palms turn out, sweep around. This time, fingers interlace behind your back. Roll shoulder heads open. Shoot knuckles down towards your back knee. Good, lengthen tailbone down. Imagine the heel of your hand is still on your buttock and you're sliding your tailbone down. Good, and now one more breath, lift up. Exhale, soften your chest, hands release to the mat. Twist open to the left. Roll your bottom shoulder, open and back, spacious through your front shoulder. Exhale, closing your arm down. Moving into Skandasana, lift your back knee. Back heel down, stay bent in your front knee. Just turn towards the right. Sink your hips back. Shift. Bending into your right knee. More weight sinking back. Side ribs, breathing forward. Beautiful, come back through center, all the way to turn forward. And step to plank. Okay, find that opposite line of energy, particularly through your spine, your back body. And now rock your shoulders forward over your fingertips. Maybe knees fall as support or they stay lifted as you lower to your belly. Chaturanga. Elbows point straight. Gonna ride into your belly. Lift your chest just to low cobra. Now spread your fingers. Root the heel of your hand down and almost drag it back like you could propel yourself forward. And now feel your tailbone lengthening back as you extend back through your toes, the very tips of your toes. And then breathe your side ribs forward, your sternum forward. One more breath here. Inhale, upward dog. You can keep knees down for this first one if that feels better for your back. One more breath. Finding your way back. Adho Mukha. Using your breath to lengthen a little more. Good. Inhale to tie to your toes. Bend your knees a lot, gaze forward, step your right foot through, and then your left foot through. Hands to your shins, lengthen sternum forward. Drop even deeper. Twice more. Inhale, lengthen. Even press the tops of your thighs back. Exhale. The most spacious spine you've found yet. Heart forward, tailbone back. Exhale. Heart forward, coming to stand. Sweep your arms out and up. Maybe gaze up if that's okay for now. Hands to your heart on the floor. Full breath. Let your breath fill between the space between where your thumbs connect to front of heart, and then draw line right to the back of your heart. Fill all of that space in front. Stereo A, arms release down. Inhale, circling open. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha, heart forward. Bend your knees, plant your hands, heart still lengthening forward as you step to plank and lower chaturanga, just halfway down, upward dog. Downward. 3 breaths, count them, listen to them, feel them run along your spine. Inhale, high to your toes. Bend your knees, gaze forward, left foot, send right foot to the top of your mat. Right away, heart forward, thighs press back, drop. Rise to stand. Skip Samasthiti, Surya A, fold again, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha. Plank, chaturanga on your exhale. Urdhva Mukha, lengthen tailbone back, roll arms open. Exhale, Adho Mukha. 3 breaths. Inhale, high to toes. Bend your knees, gaze forward. Step or even a little hop to your hands. Heart lengthening. Fold. Good. Rise to stand. Exhale, Uttanasana. Turn right back down. Heart forward. Step, plank, chaturanga. Last Surya. Urdhva Mukha, really roll, shoulder heads open, root down, lift up, up. And take a full breath in. Open your mouth, exhale. Good. Flutter your lips. Hum. Okay, inhale, lifting your right leg straight up and back. Exhale, rock forward, knee to chest. Now, instead of setting your foot down, just set your knee and shin down onto the mat. Perfect, okay? So make sure your knee's right underneath your hip. It's not too far forward, okay? And then breathing your heart forward. Lift your back heel to hip height. Now, bending your back knee, breathing your sternum forward. So already think like cow spine here. We were working with this lengthening. So tailbone goes back, heart goes forward. Even the heel of your hands, rooting down and gently driving them. Good. Now shift your weight into your left hand. Extend your right arm all the way forward. Palm faces midline. And then turn your palm out towards the sides and thumb points down. Sweep your arm around, reach. You might just be reaching. You might grab hold of your foot. And if you do, then kick your foot back. Lift through your heart more. Now still, find tailbone lengthening back. Breathe through the river banks of your spine. Good, and slowly release your leg, extend arm and leg, reaching out, long, 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 and then bringing your hands down onto the mat. Keep your back leg lifted. Breathe your sternum forward, and now bend your elbows straight back by your side, like chaturanga arms, let your chest, your chin dip towards the, and then inhale, rise back up. Exhale, sternum forward, elbows back. One more. Good. Inhale, lift. Set your back toes down. Push the floor away, lift. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Let that settle, disperse. Okay, other side, right or left leg rises. Shoulders forward, knee to chest. And then set your knee down, make sure it's underneath your hip. Sternum breathe forward, lift your back heel to hip height. So make sure there's no droopy belly, and we should find that because we're lengthening tailbone back, sternum forward. Good, bend your back knee, heel moves towards your buttock. Feel that your thigh, your knees pointing down towards the floor. And then shift your weight into your right hand, left arm goes forward. Palm turns out, sweep your arm around. Either reaching or catching a hold. And if you find the hold, kick back, lift through your heart. Breathe, river banks of spine. Good. Inhale, extend arm and leg out long in opposite directions. Feel that diagonal line of energy. And then exhale, just set your hands down. Okay, heart forward. Exhale, bend your elbow. Chaturanga arms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more. Lift, toes down, push the floor away. Full breaths. Lower to child pose. Come off of your wrists. Walk your hands together in like a prayer. Kind of walk your elbows forward towards the front of your mat. So you're super spacious from hips to ribs to shoulders. And then bend your elbows. Let your fingers point up to the sky. You might even bring your thumbs around to the base of your mat, coming into a reverse prayer. Just breathe a deep release through your upper back, behind your neck. Good. Extending your arms forward. Walk your hands shoulder distance apart once again. Rise up, hands and knees. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Downward. Inhale, tie to toes. Bend your knees a lot, gaze forward. Step, hop, or walk to your hands. Ardha, heart forward. Uttanasana, fold. rise. Sana speak speaking, hands at your eyes. Full breath in. Open. Okay, so feet rooted on the earth. You're breathing that up through your thighs into this big ocean of pelvis and belly. Letting that trickle all the way up through your river spine, cooling almost behind your heart. Step your feet wider than your hips, just a little bit wider than your hips. And bringing your arms down by your sides, sweeping your arms all the way out. Bend your right elbow, thumb comes to the base of your neck. Left hand on your elbow, help to work your hand down towards that space between your shoulder blades. Now notice what's going on with your front wrist. Good, okay, so that's that lengthening of back body. So everyone just do that for a second. Let your wrist pop forward, see how your back body shortens, and then as you relax your front body in, you trust your back body to hold you, you actually find more space there. Okay, and then sweeping your left arm all the way around, reaching up. You're either just reaching and pressing your hands against your back. You can touch or you can flex. Okay, now lengthen tailbone down. Breathe backwards, lifting. Now soft bend in your knees. Lift. And then exhale, starting to come forward. Move nice and slowly. Listen to your shoulders, what they're needing. Maybe your hands need to widen a little bit from each other. And as you arrive in the forward fold, give just a gentle pressure at the back of your head, your neck, into your forearm. And then breathe into that connection where your back body connects to your arms or your hands. Good. And then rooting down. Sink your hips back as you pull your heart forward and slowly rise. Then very slowly start to unwind your arms. And as you do so, bring your right hand down to the side of your thigh. Left arm up by the side of your ear. Get long, breathe. Your hand is physically touching your thigh so that as you start to side bend, you can use it as a little bit of a support. Good. And now notice if your side waist, your right side waist just got short, lift it, almost like you're lifting your bottom ribs into your top ribs, and then reach further out to the right, maybe. Okay, do that one more time with your breath, lift. Exhale, bend. Beautiful. Root a lot into your feet, especially left heel as you rise up. Okay, left elbow bends. Rise up. Good, hand to your elbow, help to work your hand towards mid-back. Okay, front ribs pop forward, and then sink them. Tailbone down towards the backs of your heels. Beautiful. Right up, sweeping up, all the way around. Reaching up, maybe hands just pressing onto spine, touching or close. Again, front ribs. Melt. Trust your back. Lift, inhale. Soft bend of your knees. Sink tailbone or hips back, and then hold. And then wherever your arms connect to your body, breathe to press into them. And also there's a physical press, just a little bit. It's gentle, but you'll feel it. Good. And then sinking your hips back, heart forward as you rise. Unwind slowly. Left hand comes by the side of your thigh, right arm reaches up. Breathe, lift. Keep lifting up as you start to side bend. So keep lifting up, keep lifting up, keep lifting up, and then inhale, find the lift. Exhale to inhale, lift. Exhale. Root into your feet a lot to rise. Heel toe your feet back to hips distance. We're all the way together if that's your practice. And then fold. Inhale, lengthening heart, forward, ardha. Bend your knees, plant your hands, step, feet back. Take a vinyasa, chaturanga, upward dog. Use it to clear, to cleanse, to really align with breath. Arriving, adho. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, shoulders forward, knee to chest. This time, step your foot through between your hips. Back heel spins down onto the mat. Rise, Virabhadrasana 2, facing the left side. Shoulders over hips, arms to a T. Check in with that front knee. Make sure it's pointing over your front middle toe. Good. And then straighten your front leg. Lengthen at arm's reach. Side ribs lengthen, spine lengthen. Exhale, breathe out. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Tailbone going down. Spine lifted. Exhale, breathe out. 1. Exhale, breathe out. Good. And now sweeping your right arm up by the side of your ear. Bend your upper thumb to the base of your neck. Your left arm sweeps around. Either pressing hands into spine, interlacing, soften your front ribs, lengthen tailbone down. There we go. Good. Beautiful. Lift. Exhale, take a reverse warrior like this. Good. Stay bent in your front knee. It might be a smaller reverse warrior than you might be used to. Good. And now exhale. Feel how long you are on your right side. Keep that long as you come forward, come forward, come forward. Good. Keep your chest pointing the left side wall. Good. Now very slowly unwind your arms and extend your right hand down inside of your foot if available. Otherwise, your forearm can be on your thigh. Top arm up to the sky. Now turn your top palm towards the front of the room and sweep your arm over the side of your ear. Push more into your back foot. Good. Top arm reaches up towards the sky. Gaze down. Turn your chest down. Left hand under shoulder. Come to the ball of your back foot. Hug your outer right hip in towards center as you turn open to the right. Full breath. Exhale, close both hands down inside of your right foot. Back heel down, Skandasana. Maybe you sink a little bit deeper. Your left toes might turn up towards the sky. You can also keep your foot flat if that's still where your body's at right now. Shift again into your left knee. Maybe right toes turn up to the sky. Beautiful, rocking forward. Turn forward. Step to plank vinyasa, or you can skip it, go right back to downward dog. Left leg rises. Exhale, shoulders over wrist. Foot steps through between hands. Back heel down. Virabhadrasana 2, facing the right. Good. Check in with front knee. Beautiful. Straighten front leg. Arms reach. Spine grows longer. Exhale, breathe out. Twice more with your breath. Using it to grow longer, more spacious, and then more grounded. 1 more. Stay. Left arm reaches up by your ear. Right, or bend your elbow. Right arm sweeps around. Inhale, lift. Reverse warrior, a little side bend. Notice if you're dumping on your right bottom side ribs. Lift. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Take all this length forward. Coming toward the side angle. Keep rolling. Top ribs, top shoulder open. Good. And then unwind. Your left hand comes inside of your ankle. top arm up to the sky. Top palm turns forward, sweep your arm over your ear. Beautiful. Top arm up, gaze. Right hand under your shoulder. Come to the ball of your back foot, twist to the left. Inhale. Exhale, close. Skandasana, both hands inside foot. Sink your hips back and down. Shift, bend into your right knee. Good, now come right through center. Turn your toes forward, forward fold. Drop your head. Good, shake your head, yes. You can flutter your lips. Shake your head, no. Maybe a deep sigh of release of down to support. Beautiful. Lifting your chest to center. Little bend in your knees as you turn towards the front of your mat once again. Step back to plank, vinyasa, or choose to skip. Breathe through your back body this whole while, so maintain that awareness there. Love. Okay, right leg rises, inhale. Exhale, shoulders over wrists, knee to chest. Slowly step through between your knees. Crescent pose. Little bend of your back knee, slowly rise up. Good, now turn your palms forward, bend your elbows to shoulder height. So really lengthening tailbone down. Breathing backwards, lifting. Inhale, open through the front of your heart. And then exhale, close, palms, forearms, elbows together. And what you're doing is actually opening through the back of your heart. Good, and then inhale, open, even let your front ribs fan just a little bit. And then exhale, you feel them hug in towards your back. Okay, one more time, just like that, open. Exhale, this time, cross your right arm over your left. Eagle arms. Good, now inhale, floating your arms straight up as one piece. Exhale, elbows to your chest. Good, root into your front heel, lengthen tailbone down, lift. Lift, maybe go up and back a little bit this time, and then exhale, elbows to chest. Good, one more time, your fullest expression, whatever that is for your body. Unwind your arms, circling all the way out and up. Turn your palms out, pitch your chest forward, arms by the sides of your body. Pause. Hug inner thighs together. Breathe your spine lengthening in both directions. Good, full breath. Exhale, bring your hands down onto the mat. Little bend in your back knee, gently press off, walking your hands underneath your shoulders. You can always maintain a bend of your standing leg, especially if having hands on the ground is a little difficult without the blocks. Okay? And then breathe your heart forward. Exhale, drop your heart towards the earth. Now breathe in the back of your standing. Lifting, lengthening up. And then let that just pour, gush. Now this river spine is turned into a big gushing waterfall. Let it pour down. Okay, final breath here. On your exhale, step your back foot to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthening heart forward. Exhale. Heel toe your feet a little wider than your hips. Hold on to opposite elbow with opposite hand. Sway your body side to side. You can have a little bend in your knees. You can shift your weight from one foot to the other. Okay. Release your arms, lift your chest, feet back to hips distance or all the way together. Bend knees, plant hands, step to plank, a clearing vinyasa if you so wish. Otherwise, Adho Mukha, downward. And left leg, inhale, lift. Exhale, rock one forward. Step through between your legs. Crescent, rising. Turn your palms forward, bend your elbows, shoulder. Like the tailbone down. Breathe, lift through your heart. Exhale, palms, arms, elbows closed. Back apart. In front of heart. Exhale, back. One more. Cross left arm over right. Inhale, floating straight up. Elbows to chest. Inhale, float up. Send your tailbone down so much it supports you when lifting up and back. And then exhale, elbows to chest. One more time. Whatever your fullest expression looks like, feels like. Coming forward. Hit your chest forward, unwind your arms. Sweep your arms by the sides of your hips. Full breath. Hands find you. Little bend of back knee. Exhale, press off. And fold. Drop your head more. Breathe back of leg. Pouring through spine. On your next exhale, step your back foot to the top of your hips. Inhale, heart forward. Heel toe feet wide. Try to find the other forearm on top this time, and you'll note that it feels a little awkward. Drop. Any bit of movement, sway, or maybe total stillness is exactly what you need right now. Beautiful, releasing your arms down. Lengthening your heart forward. Heel toe your feet back together. Bend knees, plant hands, step back. Lower to your belly. Inhale, lift to low cobra. So setting this up again, just like we did before. Spread your fingers, root the heel of your hand down, and drag it energetically back. Now press into the tops of your feet, so much so your knees might even lift off the ground. And then can you breathe your pubic bone rooting into the mat. Breathe into the space between navel and spine. Let that rise to the riverbanks of your spine. Good, now lift your palms off of the mat image. Breathe again into those tissues that support your spine. Now bring your arms back by your side. Interlace fingers behind your sacrum. Roll shoulder heads open as you shift knuckles back. Full breath. Exhale, drop, arms by your sides, turn head to one side. Maybe you give your hips a little wiggle side to side. Good, head center. Just roll your shoulder heads off the floor. Interlace behind your back. Okay, root into the tops of your feet, strong in your legs, pubic bone rooting into the earth. And then inhale, lift your chest, shoot knuckles. Now glue your inner thighs, inner edges of feet together. And then inhale, lift your legs like they were one big long mermaid tail. Okay? In fact, feel your inner thighs rolling up towards the sky. Okay, now breathe. Reach back through your toes, back through your tailbone. Breathe forward through your spine, river banks. One more breath. Exhale, release, turn your head the opposite direction. Let it all settle. Turning your head center. Hands by your side ribs. Upward facing dog. Lifting. Take an extra breath here. Let it cool behind your heart. And then find downward bottom. Inhale, your right leg rises. Exhale, shoulders over, wrists step through between your knees. Back heel down. Rise, Virabhadrasana. Straighten your front leg, lift. Trikonasana. Hinge. Bottom hand to shin, top arm to the side. Now, even here, can you find that extra length through your back body? So your tailbone is lengthening towards the back short end of your mouth. Your back ribs breathing towards me, towards the front of the room. Good. Now gaze down. Bring your top hand onto your hip, bend a lot into your knee. Reach your right hand way, way, way out. Little bend of back knee, exhale, press off, Ardha Chandrasana. Top arm can extend to the sky. And you might take Shavasana, bending your back knee and reaching around with your top hand to grab a hold of your ankle. It's just an option. Play. Good. If you do find that hold, kick your foot back. Breathe open. And come out of Trikonasana if you took it, both arm and leg extend. And then everyone turn your chest down, come into your standing splits. Let your left hip point down towards the floor. You might even grab a hold of your right ankle with your right hand and give a gentle pull. Like pull your heart to your toes. Some of you would bring your left hand onto your ankle as well. Final breath. Release your ankle if you're holding and step your back foot to the top of your mat. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, fold. Just feel the difference right now in your legs and your hips. Inhale, heart lengthening. Bend knees, plant hands. Your choice if you take the vinyasa or skip it. Downward dog. Left leg rises. Rocking forward. Second. Back heel down. Virabhadrasana. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Trikonasana, hinge. Lengthen, lengthen. Bottom hand down, top arm up, and roll your top ribs open. So it's like that sensation we found at the beginning with kind of tucking your back ribs into your spine. Lengthen tailbone back. Gaze down. Top hand onto your hip, bend dramatically into your front knee. Reach your left hand out. Exhale, Ardha Chandrasana. Find your big toe mound, rooting down a lot. Rooting up from your foot through your thigh, charging that out through heart, through heel. Maybe you find Trikonasana, bending your back, reaching around. Releasing Shavasana if you're in the hold. On your exhale, turn your chest down, standing split. Your right hip, your right toes are pointing the ground, pointing towards the ground. Maybe you grab a hold of ankle with left hand and give that little tug. Maybe both. The more you bring your hands onto your ankle, the more you want to imagine your heart like pierce through the earth. One more round of breath here. Release the hold, step your back foot to the top of your feet. Lovely, inhale, heart length. Exhale. Coming to stand, heart forward, arms sweeping. Hands here. Fold. Open your mouth. Do it again. Stick your tongue out. One more. Kind of scrunch your eyes, open your mouth wide. And soften all of your face muscles. Smooth breaths. Okay. Releasing your arms down. Feet are hip distance apart. Shift your weight into your left foot. Light on your right toes. Lengthen your tailbone down. Backwards breathing up. So you're finding that lengthening in opposite directions. And then draw your right knee into your chest. And then use that. As your thigh is drawing in, you're actually getting more long in your tailbone lengthening down backwards. Okay, now reach down, grab a hold of your ankle, bring your knee right by your other knee. Left arm in front of your shoulder. Roll that right shoulder back. But gaze right over your middle finger. Good. Now move into your standing leg lift. All that happens is that you start to kick your foot back, back, back. Now notice if that just opened your right hip. So keep your right hip pointing directly forward, and your inner thighs, they don't have to be touching, but they're kind of hugging towards the midline. Okay, so kick back, kick back, kick back, lift more, and now starting to hinge right at your hip. Reaching forward as you kick back. Same thing, notice if your right hip just creak open, let it relax for you. Good, one more breath here. Slowly rise up, your left arm reaches up by your ear. Pull your knee into your chest. Now little bend of your standing leg, cross your ankle over. Yeah, good. Hands to your heart. Good. More weight into your heel, into your hips, back, back, and start to pitch your chest forward, hinging right at your hips. Maybe your forearms come to rest. Maybe your hands find here and you fold. Pause anywhere along that journey. Two more breaths. Hands to your heart if they're on the ground. Everyone slowly rising up. Uncross your ankles, set your foot down. Shake that out. Okay. Other side. So feet are hip distance apart. Shift your weight now into your right foot. Get light on the left toe. Tailbone lengthening down, backward. And then draw your left knee into your chest. Get wide in your collarbone, lengthen back. Left hand finds your ankle. Knee points. Right arm in front of your shoulder. Inner thighs, inner knees hugging towards one another. Again, you don't have to touch. There's hugging towards the front. Then all you do is start to kick your foot back. Nothing else happens yet. And feel with your mind's eye. Where's your knee pointing? Where's your hip pointing? Point out. Let it point forward and down. Good. Good, kick back, and now start to pitch forward. But keep kicking back, keep breathing heart forward, breathing tailbone back. Breathe more. Good, and then slowly rising. Pulling your knee into your chest. Create that little bend of your standing leg. So you have a shelf for your ankle to sit on. And then sink your hips back, hands to your heart. More weight in your standing heel. Like your sit bones could touch the wall behind you, pitch your chest forward, forward. Maybe your forearms rest down on your leg. Maybe you stay here, or you bring your hands down and fold over your legs. Hands return to your hearts if they're down. Slowly rise. Uncross. Set down. Yeah. Now step your feet wider than your hips. Give it a bend into your knees. And now press your hips all the way over to the right side. Find the most outer edge of your hip. And then go all the way back behind you. Find the most outer edge of your sit bones. And then go over to the left. And then all the way forward, really open through the fronts of your sit bones. Protect your low back, just keep lifting your chest up. Rather than big circles. Let your spine move with this. Good. Go in the other direction. Let your chest fall towards the earth as much as you like. Okay. Coming to stand again. Feet, hips distance apart. Tadasana. Just observe my feeling inside. We're not really looking for anything, we're just feeling. And inhale, arms reach. Exhale back. Heart forward. Step back, plank, and then go right to child's pose. Spacious, oceanic belly breaths that widen you through your low back. That even widen the tissues that connect to your sacrum bone, to your tailbone. There's those tissues that connect right there. Can you feel them? Can you feel breath allowing them to expand and soften? Inhale, rise, hands and knees. Coming into pigeon on your right side. So pull your right knee and shin forward and then open your knee out towards the side. Wiggle your back foot back. Okay, so even here, before you go into the fold, find the length of your back body. Your tailbone's lengthening down, your back ribs breathing up, and then walk forward, maybe to forearms, maybe all the way out, easing your way into it. And if you're enjoying this kind of play with this body of ocean and the river of your spine flowing into that ocean, You can keep feeling that, breathing into that. Or even imagine what that water would feel like. And allow your imagination to kind of play with it. Maybe it's a completely different sensation than the water you find here on this earth plate. Maybe it has a velvety touch or a moss-like touch. 5 more breaths. Slowly rising again onto your hands. Coming into Rajapakata. So pull your heel closer towards your pelvis. Tuck your back toes, lift your knee, and kind of walk your back knee back. It might be a ½ inch, it might be 3 inches. Okay, and then relax your back toes. Lift through your heart, tailbones going down, backwards. So this is option 1. You might stay right here. This is enough length and opening for you. Others of you will bend your back and heel towards your butt. Option 2, maybe you stay here. Option 3, taking your right arm all the way around, or that's your left arm. Either catching inside of your ankle, it's a little more of an intense shoulder stretch, or outside of. Okay. Keep your chest pointing forward and up. And then start to hug your heel in towards your body. Some of you will wrap your wrists around the top of your foot. Some of you will wrap your elbow. If you really feel comfortable and you want to take it deeper, please listen to your low spine here. Your right arm can sweep back. And maybe even bend your elbow and release your knee. Tailbone down. Focus on the lengthening of your spine. Breathe into the river banks of spine. On your next exhale, wherever you are, slowly release. Lean to your right, sweep your left leg all the way around so you can step your foot outside of your right thigh, right knee. So now we do want to have both sit bones rooting down on the mat here. So if you're finding trouble or having trouble finding that, you can extend your right leg all the way out. Inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, twisting open to the left side. Elbow either hooking outside of your knee or elbow wrapping around the front. Okay. And then rooting to lengthen. Pressing open. Your next exhale, melt back to center. Coming towards Gomukhasana legs, walking your feet in opposite directions. Now that might kind of look like this, and it might look like knee on top of knee. So you find what works for your body. And then bring your fingers underneath your buttock and just give a little pull of your buttock push back, so that your sit bones are nice and exposed, open towards the ground, but not overexposed. Fingertips out, lengthening through your heart. So this is option 1, to stay here. Option 2 is just sweeping your arms up. Pitching your chest forward, option 3. Hands down. Now lengthen your tailbone, drop it towards the earth. Now breathe your heart forward. And exhale, fold. Breathe into the ocean, belly, pelvis. Walking hands back in towards your body if you're in the fold. Lean back. Coming into pigeon now on your left side. So your left knee and shin stay forward. Your right leg sweeps around behind. Okay. Get yourself so that you're balanced right over your pelvis here. Okay, find the length in your spine first. Tailbone down. Backwards breathing up. And then exhale, walking. So this river of your breath, you might be able to visualize it or see it. Just definitely be able to hear it, and it has this texture to it, the feel of it. And can you even hear the texture? Yes, you feel the texture, but can you also hear the texture of your breath? Maybe it's silk-like. Again, moss-like or velvety. Five more breaths. Slowly rise into your hands. Pull your front heel closer towards your pelvis. Walk your back knee back a little bit by tucking back toes. Walk, walk, walk. Now, fingertips, rooting to lift. Option 1, staying here, lengthening tailbone down. Or bend your back knee, heel towards buttock. That's option 2. Option 3 is take your right arm sweeping around to catch a hold of your foot or ankle. Lift. If you're holding your foot, pull your heel closer towards your butt. Maybe wrist wraps, maybe elbow wraps. If you took it on the other side, you might sweep your arm up and clasp your hands. On your next exhale, slowly release. Now kind of lean to your left. You can sweep your right leg around, foot plants outside of you. Both sit bones rooting down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, twisting. Breathe as you root and lift. Exhale as you melting back, center. Omukasana legs heel toeing or wiggling your feet out. Option one, to just support and lengthen. If your sit bones aren't grounded, you can find that pulling back of your body. Okay, option one, to stay here, lifting, rocking forward, hands find the ground. Root more, and then drop deep. Breathe into the points of pressure. Walking hands back in towards your body. Lean back. Soles of your feet come together. Butterfly. Hands onto your feet. And kind of spread the ball mounds of your feet open. It's almost like you were reading a book. And then lifting through your heart. Pull your chest through between your shoulders. If your elbows start to bend, bend them over the tops of your thighs. And then curl round in. Drop your third eye towards your toes. You might even find that connection. Stay rounded in your spine as you roll up to sit. Head's the last thing to rise. Hugging knees together. Wrap arms around them. Lift through your heart. And then exhale, melt. Sitting tall. Scoot yourself forward. Lie all the way down onto your back. Bring your knees into your chest. Find happy knee. Take any bit of movement. If you want to lengthen, get that extra last stretch through the backs of your legs. And then closing your knees together. That one foot down and then the other. Lift your hips and lower them. Shavasana, extending your legs all the way out in front of you. Arms by your sides. And then just kind of start to like wiggle your legs. Let your feet kind of flop side to side. You're wiggling your knees, your thighs, all the way right up to where your thighs plug into your hip sockets. Good, and then just release. Soften your lips, your jaw, corners of your eyes. Become aware of where is your back body naturally receiving breath right now? Is your back body naturally receiving breath? Feel the skin of your back. Breathe. Skin of your back. really deep breath in. Open your mouth. Putting your fingers home. Reaching your arms up and overhead. Stretch through your feet, your thighs, your belly, your arms. And then exhale, relax. Bend your knees. Roll to your right. And slowly pressing yourself up, finding a comfortable seat. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. And may you carry forward from this deep nourishment, acknowledgement, and honor where you've been, the wisdom that you hold from your own life, from your ancestors, right here in your spine, right here in the back of your heart. And you feel your own support. Oh. Inhale, lifting through your heart. Exhale, bowing all the way forward and down. Bowing in deep gratitude and reverence for this body, for this practice, this space to practice in together, and the space inside for you to practice anytime you choose to go. And rising up, bringing your thumbs to third eye. Breathing into that connection. The spirit in me sees, honors, and loves. The spirit in me. Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great weekend, too.
I feel like it was not that long ago. I was just saying that last week.